Greetings everybody, this is Winnie Wriggle and welcome back to Direwolf20's 1.16 mod pack. Today, we're going on a journey. 2 journeys to be precise because we now have Tinker's Construct in the mod pack. I'm so excited! So the first thing we need to do is travel out in the overworld to areas that we haven't yet chunk loaded and see if we can find a slime island. So I believe if we look at our map, we've been a lot northeast and we've been a lot west, but we have not been due north, in fact. So let's head north. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Here's hoping we don't have to travel too far to find some newly generated chunks that may or may not have a slime island in them. Slime island, just looking for a slime island, please. Oh, it's up high. I forget, they're up high. Hello, slime island. And it's blue. And we have a skyroot log. Oh, this is the new tree. Okay, we need a new tree. Gimme. Oh, it's so blue, it's so pretty. How many do we get? 1 sapling. Stingy. And of course, we are going to need, if I can get out of here. Hello, Bueller. Thank you. Need a little bit of slimy dirt so that we can grow our trees. Oh, and I should get some of those. Slimy fern. Okay, so we have found skyroot saplings. There are also greenheart saplings and ender slime saplings. Oh, does that mean there's slime islands in the end? Are you serious? Okay, new plan, 3-part adventure. We have to go to the nether and the end to get all of the magic things that we want. That's so cool. Okay, but first, back to base. Which way's home? Okay, sweet. Now we can head back to base. Thanks. Really appreciate it. And oh, hi. No, go away. Where's my teleporter? Oh God. Oh, look at all the goodies. Okay. Yeah. Charge porter and whoop. Home again. I love that. Okay, let me drop off our goodies and then we will head to the nether. The inventory's all cleaned up. Let's pop into our nether. Woo. Take a look at our map. And this time, I think we should head south. Okay, south with lots of lava. We're looking for lava. Lava, because Tinker's Islands in the nether used to spawn at lava level, and I'm hoping that is still true. Ooh, a bastion. Oh, we've already been there. Is there an island for me anywhere? I need an island. Islands in the lava. That is what we're looking for. Oh, we're also looking for this nether cobalt ore. Sweet. Hi guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting? Is it a family outing? Is it a family outing? Okay, yeah, I'm out. Okay, bye. Aha! We found one. Finally. Oh, okay. That was, and boy, that is not visible on the map at all. I mean, mostly because we're underneath land, but blood shroom stem. Yes, please. Oh, tell me you have things. You have things? I can't inventory. Too full. Excuse me. Okay, good. It did drop blood shrooms. We have the blood shroom stem, an ichor ball, weakness, wither, and fire resistance. And then, of course, the cobalt that we've gathered so far. And this is congealed blood and congealed ichor. Oh, that's so new. I don't know what any of this is. It's so cool. And what? Ichor slimy grass. Is that lava? Oh, do I have I need a bucket. Bucket. What are you? Magma cream bucket. Okay, yes, please. So I think the easiest way to do this is probably just to make ourselves a tank of some kind or see what we have. There, we have a fluid storage tank. Perfect. Nice. Okay, let me gather all this up and I'll be right back. Oh, we lucked out. There were 63 buckets of this. Nice. What can we even do with this? Oh, it's used. Magma cream, molten gold, and cobalt gives us molten queen slime. I don't even know what that is. What does that do? Oh, you can make stuff out of it. Overlord 3 and piercing. Look at that durability. Mining level netherite. It's so cool. Okay, let's get the rest of this. Now that we have raided this slimy island, let's head back to base, unload our backpack, and go to the end and see if we can find a slimy end island. This is so cool. Okay, off to the end, which means teleporter room. Whoop. Yeah. And this might be a little trickier. Okay, we've been west and south for end cities, so let's just head due east. Oh, I found one. Okay, I see. So these are the purple islands. Ender slimy grass, congealed ender slime block. And I'm guessing that's liquid ender slime, so we'll make another tank. And here's the green heart. So I believe that means we have all three. Oh, we have Skyroot. This is green heart. We have Skyroot. We don't have an ender slime sapling, but hopefully we'll get one of those from this. Maybe, possibly. Aha! Ender slime sapling. Yeah. This not harmful. Good. Just slimy. Okay, that is 64 buckets of ender slime. I think that's good enough for now. I'll gather up the rest of this and meet y'all back at base. It's good to be home. Okay, let me gather up all of our loot and we can take a look. I got distracted. Yeah, so I want to make a place for all of our Tinker's stuff, and I decided I needed some basalt and blackstone to go with the color theme. So I'm in the basalt delta nearest our nether portal mining. So I'll meet you back at the base when I'm done. We love the polished basalt. Yes, this is going to be the floor. I want you to take a look at our loot from our Tinker's exploration, namely at these amazing building blocks. So now we have something called the green heart log, the blood shroom stem, and the skyroot log. And I actually took a minute to propagate these up at the top of the base just with a really quick bone meal and some shears and axe. I should have enough to give us some color in a room that I've set aside for Tinkers. Let's go take a look at that real quick. It's going to be down here on our third level of the base, which I'm almost done with. Yeah. So I just hollowed out a little space here. Should be big enough to hold all of our Tinkers things. And I'm just going to lay in a floor real quick. And then we will get to crafting. Okay, one floor ready for crafting. This is literally just polished basalt and a regular basalt turned on their ends. I like it. Now let's go take a look at the changes that have been made in this version of Tinkers. So I'm not going to do a step-by-step intro to Tinkers from the beginning as if you've never seen it before. However, if you subscribe to the channel, there is definitely a chance that I will create a standalone video that is a step-by-step tutorial for this version of Tinkers. But for today, we're going to breeze through the basics and get to the actual use of the Tinker's mod. So things that haven't changed, grout. It's still a combination of sand, clay, and gravel. You'll need that. Put it in any furnace type apparatus and you will get seared brick. Seared brick is a key crafting ingredient for everything in Tinkers. You'll also need some wood and sticks, and you're going to want to use those to make patterns. Key differences in this version of Tinkers is that you do not have to go right to a large smeltery. There is an introductory way to melt metals and craft your tools, and that includes a seared heater and a seared melter. You will also need a seared faucet to get the ores out of your melter, and you'll need something to put them in, whether it's a casting table so that you can make parts, or a casting basin so that you can create blocks. Tinkers does still have its documentation, the materials and you, and then puny smelting, and then more advanced smelting, but in order to make the additional documentation books, we actually need to get into smelting. There are also still tables like the part builder, the tinker station, and the crafting station. The only table that is no longer a part of this version of Tinkers is the stencil table. You don't need it anymore. You just need patterns in the part builder. So let's go ahead and make a part builder and a tinker station. A part builder, as you might suspect, is the thing you're going to need to build parts with. And then the station is the block that you use to assemble those parts into tools and weapons. A part builder is just planks with patterns. And a tinker station is the same, just slightly larger. Okay, I now have planks and patterns. We can make one of them in our personal inventory. That is the part builder. You can also make the Tinker's crafting station in your inventory. It does require a pattern along with a vanilla crafting table to create. And then we'll need a regular crafting table to make the Tinker station. Doot, doot, doot. So now we have a tinker station, a crafting station, and a part builder. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of our materials and head over to the Tinker's area so we can put all of this to use. Let's start with the basics, and that is our table setup. I'm just going to set the crafting station down. We'll put the part builder next, and then the tinker station. Doesn't matter what order you put these in. And these also become tabbed, so you can access all three from any one of them, which I love. In the part builder, you're going to want to put your blank patterns, and you'll notice that you don't have to make stencils anymore for each of the pattern pieces. They're already here by default. So if you put any material in the part builder and select the pattern you want, you can make that part. Okay, I've also gone ahead and made a part chest and a modifier chest. The part chest is very simple, a chest, some sticks, planks, and a pattern. The modifier chest is also fairly simple. You just add a couple of lappy to that. So we'll set those down, and they also become part of the multi-block. You can see we can access them through all the tabs. Okay, now let's talk about our introductory smelter, and that is just a seared heater with a seared melter on top. And if you access the seared melter, you can see that there's a place to put your ores and a place to put your fuel. So if we put coal in here, it actually gives you access to the heater's inventory underneath from up above, which I love. It's so smart. And then if we put 3 pieces of iron in here, they will slowly melt. And we will get molten iron, 4 ingots. So basically, instead of ore doubling like the large smelter gives you, you get an increase of 33% to your ores. So for every 3 plain ores you put in the melter, you'll get 4. Okay, now, how do we get this out of here? Very easy. We're just going to stick a seared faucet on any side and then put either a basin or a casting table underneath. So I can actually put our basin on this side. And there you have it, your starter Tinker's smeltery. Casting is similar in some ways. You can still make casts out of gold, including a blank cast, which we're going to need for one of the recipes we want to make. So now we have a blank gold cast. The other option for casting, I've poured the gold out of here and replaced it with iron. is because you can use blank sand cast. If you put sand in any crafting grid, you get a blank sand cast. And if I put that in the casting table, use either a stone or a wooden version of the tool part I want to create. So I've just basically left the impression in the sand with that part. And now I can cast that, and it will consume the sand, but leave me with an iron pick head. Okay, we can make our other parts for a pickaxe over here at the part builder. Let's say I want a wooden handle. Yay. And maybe a stone binding. Like so. And then if we go to the tinker station, and I select the tool that I want to create from the left-hand side, that is our pickaxe, you can see that I need a handle, a binding, and a pickaxe head in order to make a pick. So we put the handle, the binding, and the pickaxe head, and we have an iron pickaxe. So that is not much different from the previous version of Tinkers. You make your tool, they have a durability. They also have a number of characteristics. 2 of those characteristics include upgrades and abilities. You can think of these upgrades and abilities in the same vein you would for enchanting a tool. So they're basically enchantments for the Tinker's tool, since you can't enchant a Tinker's tool. The way you get these on the tools is to create the item that can be crafted with the tool in order to give them the ability or the upgrade. The best place to find the list of these modifiers, upgrades, and abilities is to take a look at the documentation. So tools have traits that are specific to the materials that you create the tool out of. So those are things that the tool gets just because you made it out of iron or made it out of diamond or made it out of whatever. Upgrades are things that you can add to the tools by applying an item to it. So think of those as basically the equivalent of enchantments. So general upgrades include things like increasing the durability of your tool by adding a diamond or an emerald. If you want your tool to last longer, you can create something called a reinforcement. You can also add things like haste by putting redstone. It makes the tool mine faster. Magnetic by adding a compass means that the tool attracts the things that it drops. You can add piercing with cactus, sharpness with blocks of quartz. You can also increase the number of upgrade slots by adding things like music discs, creeper heads, end crystals, and books and quills, all of which makes for potentially incredibly powerful tools. The next thing we want to do is upgrade our beginner's smeltery into a more familiar advanced tinker smeltery. The way we do that is we have to craft a smeltery controller. This is one of the coolest upgrades to the recipes. You actually have to take molten copper and pour it on top of a seared heater that you have put inside of a casting basin. So we're going to put copper in here. I've made an extra heater so that we can put it in the casting basin, like that. And I don't know how much copper we need. Let's go ahead and melt 3 more ingots. Because we're melting ingots, we're not going to get any kind of increase in our materials. So there's 6 ingots. Let's see how many it takes. We're pouring the copper onto, we have 2 left. So it took 4 ingots to upgrade that to a smeltery controller. That's so cool. From this point forward, Tinkers is very similar to the previous version in 1.12. You're going to make a smeltery of any size. Most people start with a 3x3x1 for the inside, and make sure you have the smeltery controller, a seared tank, and your faucets and casting basins and tables. So we've created our smeltery controller. I also need a seared tank, which is a piece of glass surrounded by seared brick. I'm probably going to need another casting table. We might as well make a casting basin. And then a couple of seared faucets, but I'm out of seared brick. So let me go cook up this grout. Super fast grout cooker. Gotta love mechanism. Thank you very much. We're also going to need some seared drains. That's just a combination of seared brick and copper ingots. So let's make 2 seared drains for now. And I don't know, we might need some faucets. Okay, that should be enough. And seared glass, just because I like to see what we're doing. Okay, so let's build our bigger smeltery over here. This is very old school. Folks are going to recognize. I like to put my smelter controller right in the front so I can keep track of what's going on. We'll put our 2 seared drains right here so we can easily access them. We'll put a casting table under one, a casting basin under the other, and then use 2 seared faucets in order to access the material inside. We also need our seared tank to be a part of this. I'm going to put it back here. We'll need to put fuel in it. And there's actually a new kind of fuel you can add to your smeltery. Not just lava, but lava is what we will start with. And if we've done that correctly, yes, the smeltery will form, and you can see that we can now put 9 items in here to melt. I'm going to build up the walls. And we have 1 brick. That's going to look weird. I'll fix that later. Okay, now you can see how much we can put in here to melt and what the capacity is. So the larger smeltery, look, it can hold up to 216 ingots. So we can dump all of the iron ore in there. But of course, it's not going to melt it because we don't have any fuel in it yet. Let's grab some lava. When I say grab some lava, I mean grab a bucket and then grab an ender tank. And now I can make one. Yay. And I need some red dye, because that is color coding our there we go. That's now color coded to the ender tank we have in the nether gathering lava for us, so I can just pull lava infinitely out of here. And now when we right click on our controller, you can see that we have lava and it is melting the iron ore. The last thing I want to cover before we go is that alternative fuel source I mentioned. That's going to require one of these, a mob imprisonment tool, and a little trip to our mob farm. Okay, I believe that the spawner under the box there is actually a blaze spawner. That's the only one we want to deal with right now, so I'm going to cover up everything else. Pull the box off of this. And then hopefully we'll get a blaze here in a second. Hello! Thank you! And put the box back on. Just need one for demonstration purposes. I will probably move that spawner over to our tinker's room or go to the nether and grab another one. I just want to show you that the other fuel that you're going to require for some of the more advanced alloys is actually called liquid blaze. And to get that, you have to put a blaze in the smeltery, and as they take damage, they produce molten blaze. How cool is that? If you take a look at JEI, it also gives you the same information. It will tell you what mobs produce what materials, along with the fuel requirement to make that mob take damage. So in this example, you can give a blaze damage by using either lava or molten blaze. And if you take a look at the smeltery controller recipes in JEI, you can see all of the possible outputs. For example, creepers give you glass, endermen give you molten ender, guardians give you seared stone, all of the hostile mobs like vindicators and pillagers give you emeralds. Like, one of the funniest is that any kind of skeleton gives you milk. How great is that? And if you take a look at the alloying tab in your smeltery controller, it will show you all of the different alloys you can make and what their requirements are in terms of fuel. So for example, if you put zinc and copper together, you get brass, and they only require lava. as the lowest form. You can also use molten blaze if you have it, but some of the more advanced alloys are going to require the molten blaze to make. For example, if you want to make hepatizion, which apparently is super strong and amazing, you're going to need obsidian, cobalt, and copper. And you're going to have molten blaze, which has a melting temperature of 1500 degrees. Another one that requires it is the manulin, which is the combination of debris. So ancient debris and cobalt is the new manulin recipe. And cobalt, of course, we got a bunch of it in the nether. This latest versions of Tinkers has some really amazing changes and implementations. I think the developers have done a wonderful job migrating it to 1.16 and adding some really cool features that I think will be utilized both in normal packs but also expert packs. Some of the requirements for those advanced alloys are really nice. It makes Tinkers feel like there is a progression to the mod itself now. And with that said, I think that's all we have time for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. It helps me out, and I appreciate it. If you'd like to keep up with what's going on the channel, don't hesitate to subscribe. And remember, as always, you are the shiny stuff that awesome is made of. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.